My name is Marial Deng Aler. I'm a South Sudanese pilot doing my flying in proactive flying school. I'm pursuing PPL, that is private pilot license. I am a South Sudanese born in South Sudan, beautiful land of black, tall and dark. My city is Juba, and I was born in a small village called Paliao. The village town of Dr. John Garang, that's where Dr. John Garang started the first school. And that's where I also started my first school also, Paliao Primary School. I'm from a family of 9. We are 9 and I'm the second last born. My life have been revolving in village, not knowing anything about school. I was once a young boy. By then I was not to be called a fisherman, but a fisher boy. That's where I started my life. I used to fish along the Nile Sud. Yeah, the war broke out in South Sudan, and my parents were taken by UN to Kakuma refugees camp in Kenya, and they could not find me because I ran with my auntie and my uncle to the Nile Sud, where I started my life there. I was told that they were alive, they were taken by UN, but I was hoping one day I'll be with them, I'll be reunited with them. I continue with my life as fisher boy. By that time I was 31, and one day I was dreaming that I will meet them and I will start my education. By then I knew only two kinds of aircraft. There was an antelope that was a bad luck. Whenever it passed, people have to run to hide because it's gonna drop the bombs. So we were living in fear of antelope. That was the first kind of aircraft that I know. It was very dangerous. And then the second one was the Boeing, that usually bring a good happiness, because normally when we see the boy we would dance because it's going to drop the food. It used to drop the food, that was from UNHCR. When we see Boeing, we would just sing the song praising UNHCR, going to bring us the food. Those were the two kinds of aircraft that I knew. Then one day I was fishing at Nile Sud at the lake. Then an aircraft passed over, and I was so amazing, I admired it. It came to my mind, I was told that my mom and my sibling were taken to Kakuma refugees camp using the aircraft, the aeroplane, but I didn't know which kind of airplane. When it passed over, then I just looked at it and I admired it, and I just asked myself and I just prayed to God that one day I will be in that aircraft, not as passenger, but as pilot. That's where my dream of becoming a pilot came alive into me. I was lucky to be taken by UN to reunite me with my parents in the Kakuma refugees camp. I was taken to Kakuma and I met my sibling and my parents who were living in Kakuma under the care of UNHCR. I joined school at Kakuma refugees camp, and my dream of becoming a pilot was really alive in me, knowing that one day I'll reach a certain level where I'll pursue my dream. Then I finished my primary school and joined secondary school. And at Form 2, when I was in Form 2, something terrible happened to me. At Nakuru, I was kidnapped by fellow Sudanese who were seeking a revenge. I don't know. They kidnapped me with my auntie. They tortured me. They tortured my auntie to death, and they left me. They left me on the ground, thinking that I was dead, and I was rescued and taken to the hospital. And at the hospital, I could not see. I lost my vision, and I was taken to Nairobi, where a doctor replaced my retina with artificial retina, and my vision was restored back. I now started to follow my dream. I went to seek my friend who is named Salim, and he told me about proactive flying school, and I was very interested because it was my dream to fly. We came to school, and I was sent to do a medical test. I was sent to aviation medical doctor, and I was examined, and my eyes were pretty perfect, 100% fly, and I was recommended to fly. I was very jovial, and I went back to my sponsors and told them that I got admission in proactive flying school. They were like, okay, if you will make it, then we are going to support you. Then I joined the school, and a year later, they unfortunately changed their mind. They came and told me that the course you are pursuing is too expensive, and some of them even give the excuse that you are not in that class of doing aviation. It is too expensive. It should be done by the kids of rich people, not you. They tried to discourage me, and they withdrew their support. Little did I know that when a human being withdrew their hands from helping you, God will extend His mighty hand to help you. I did not give up on my dreams. I came and met Captain Isaac, who is the CEO of Proactive, and I narrate my story to him, and he told me, don't worry, don't just give up on your dream, just keep on moving. Nobody is born rich to do a great thing. The great things are not done by rich people. Anybody can do it, and nothing hard under the sun. He encouraged me, and he gave me hope. By then I went home, then decided to move to South Sudan to look for a scholarship. I moved to Juba, and there was some scholarship of the student to go to Malaysia, and some of them to go to South Africa, some of them to go to Russia to do flying, to do aviation. And I applied. I was having a very nice grade. I was having B+. I applied, but unfortunately I was not picked. Some of the guys who were picked, who were even having lower grade than me, and the trick was that you need to have a tall relative in a government. You need to have either your father is general or, and of course it was the sons of general who are picked and taken for studies, and I was just screened off. I did not give up there. I continued. I went and looked for some jobs, some hard jobs. I did some work, and I raised some money. Then I came back to school, and I talked to my Captain Isaac, and he allowed me to fly. I was the only student who flying in proactive with a negative account. Thanks to my instructors and everyone, they really supported me. Then God opened a way. My sister called me and told me that she's going to support me. Though she's having a family in Australia, her name is Student Deng Marial Aler, my elder sister. She raised some money to pay my school fees. With the support of the school, I moved on little by little, and now I'm aiming to go far, to be an airline pilot. Yeah, I started my business with leasing an aircraft, that is Caravan C2008, and I leased the first one with the help of my uncle, who raised. I wrote a project to him, and he liked the idea of opening an airline, and he actually helped me, and I leased the first aircraft, first Caravan, and the business went on well, and I leased the second one, the second Caravan. I was having two Caravans, and then later on I leased Oka Sydney, which is a cargo aircraft, it's a 5-tonner aircraft, and that was a big part of my business. I also opened a charter company. I opened a charter company, the registered one, that carry passengers to Nimuli and Bor. Then the name of the company is Quick Safari. That is another company that I opened. I progressed, and I recently registered another company, a spraying company, that I lease the aircraft that do spray the crops, and I start registering the farmers. That's another way of helping them, because their farmers are affected by the birds and pests. So I came with the idea of bringing the aircraft that do exponation, and I lease the aircraft and I start helping them. I'm also dreaming to help in a various way. In South Sudan, I started my business. I registered my airline, and I'm currently having my airline named Jonglei Airline, and it progressed well. And I even help people back home during when there was flood in Jonglei State. I carried people and I take them to Juba, and I do a lot of support there. My airline is progressing well. I was able to raise my school fees to pay my flight together with my sister. As you know, aviation is very expensive. So, and now I'm progressing with my flight, and I would encourage anybody who is having a big dream not to give up. Just know there is God, focus on it, and you are going to make it. My dream now is to becoming a airliner pilot, a dreamliner pilot, and moving forward to be able to help the other kids who have no support. My airline has support the citizens of South Sudan. There was an incident of the conflict war that broke out in Jonglei, and the community elders and leaders came to me to ask for my help. So there were people wounded at the war zone. A number of people, the civilians wounded at the war zone, and nobody could help them. The government did not release the aircraft to go and pick them. The Red Cross refused to go and help them. And with the mercy and humanity in me, I offered myself to go to war zone. I flew to the war zone, and I carried the wounded people to Juba to get medication, to get treatment. I did that work, and unfortunately a wrong report was given, and I was arrested and jailed for a month in Blue House. But I could not give up, I did not give up, and I just knew that I was doing a charity work, and that is a call from God that I should help this world. I carried 64 wounded people who would have died in war zone, because since nobody was willing to help them. But I just sacrificed my life, and to face the prison, to face the jail, just to save their life. So I did that willingly, and God helped me out. I was released with the follow-up of Rebecca Nyadeng and General Kwalmanyan, plus the community elders like Biorajan, Limaguel, and Biaratem. All of them, they helped me, and I was released from jail. After I was released, my aircraft was detained for almost 2 months on ground. My operation could not go on. There were a lot of charges written against me, that I was supporting rebel, that I was carrying ammunition and all those. But I could not bother, because my aim was to save the life of the innocent, and that is my call. And I will continue to do that, helping innocent, despite, regardless of what difficulties, I will not give up. That is my call as pilot. I cannot ignore the humanity. Yeah, the great mission on earth here is to inspire people. I am an author. I wrote 2 books. One by the title, Who Will Cry on Your Burial Day? Is a motivational book. A very nice one that will change your life if you read it. Then another funny book is by the title, South Sudan as Hunting Ground. Those are my 2 books. I'm a motivational speaker also, alongside with being pilot. I give great thanks, and I'm so grateful to Proactive Flying School. They have really helped me. As I stated earlier, that I was allowed to fly without paying anything. I flew with a negative account. They did not bother of pressuring me, and they helped me pursuing my dreams. I would recommend any student who want to join Proactive. This is the best school with the best instructors and people with kind-hearted. They are here in Proactive. This is the school where you can achieve your dream calmly, without any pressure, and acquiring the best knowledge in flying. They are the best school, and they are the best in flying and in ground school and in everything. So great thanks to Proactive, and welcome whoever wants to join Proactive. You will achieve your dream.